us in. Honestly, oh, we should probably go at the end of bench. End of squat. If one platform wraps up quick, just go at the end of squat. Welcome everyone again to our final session of the weekend, session 2, day 4 of USAPL Raw Nationals. I am your commentator UV, joined here by
Eric.
and we have our men's heavyweights here today competing on platforms 3 and 4. Definitely looking forward to some insane tonnage being moved here.
And over on platform 3, we have Stanley opening with 265 kilos.
Platform 4, we have John opening with 120 here. Masters 3 lifter.
Stanley with a very easy opener.
Wow. Very, very nice. Easy squat there for John as well. Platform 3 has our 125 kilo lifters, while platform 4 also has many of our 125 kilo lifters.
And we have Michael taking 265 as his opener. Sinks it. And the refs say 3 white lights for Michael.
Andrew here taking a big brace on 170. Easy lift for him. And some easy openers here for our heavyweight lifters as they look to gain some traction here in their total. Should be seeing how this all shapes up. There is an insane amount of competition here in the men's raw category for the open 125s.
We have Roberto up next, taking 275 kilos, 606 pounds.
And Joe taking 175 here on platform 4.
Roberto with a little bit of a struggle on his first attempt, but it still moved. He got 2
Platform
red lights.
4 here will be mainly our juniors and
blue
masters
cards.
lifters. Jalen Williams here with 295 as an opener.
That is some crazy weight.
Crazy weight as Ian Munns here steps out with 240 for his opener.
Jalen makes that look easy.
And you can see here
3 white lights for Jalen.
a lot of our heavyweight lifters here looking to set a statement with their first squats. Why is that important for their meet?
Can you say that one more time?
Why is it important for these lifters to set a statement here with their opening squat?
So usually when you first come up on the platform, you got nerves, and you have to settle into those nerves. And if you can hit a solid first squat, you gain the confidence and the nerves will go away.
Most definitely.
And once you can have a confident squat, it should set you up pretty well for the rest of the meet.
Definitely.
Andrew taking 295. Strong looking squat. And the refs give him 2 white lights. And that is all you need to register a total for the squat, or all 3 lifts. So what are the refs looking for when a lifter is performing the squat?
As Cameron there hits his squat, I think the refs mainly here are looking for a couple of things. Number one, before starting the lift, as Jesse opens up with a massive 305 kilos here on platform 3. 672 pounds. John here with 255 kilos for his opener. Refs here looking for mainly whether you hit depth on the lift for it to count and are in control of the weight. No bobbling.
And Jesse gets 3 white lights from the refs.
No soft knees here.
Terrell also taking 305 pounds, 305 kilos,
Now,
672 pounds.
we will have to watch how the competition plays out here on platform 3. We have 4 lifters coming in, only separated by 5 kilos on their qualifying total. And in fact, everyone right now on platform 3 in the Flight C coming in with qualifying totals that are very close to each other of 30 kilos. It is going to be a battle for sure for placement between the open 125s.
A huge race.
Huge race. John here.
Terrell.
Good lift for him.
Hitting his opener of 305 kilos. And now going up 2.5 kilos, we have Steven with his first attempt, opting to put the rack inwards.
All right, that is a choice available to lifters here. Typically, having both racks in means the lifter will want to grip outside. And these heavyweight lifters, sometimes they just have so much mass. You know, they need these larger adjustments in order to get into position. Johnny Erekezo, definitely not say that right, but Johnny with 287.5 in a stunning A7 colorway here.
Steven with a wide stance. Hits depth and makes that look really easy.
Smooth like butter. $307.5 kilos here.
Now rounding out our first squat attempts, we have Travis Napier coming out with 317.5 kilos.
700-pound opener for a squat. Travis definitely a favorite here in terms of how his training has been going. Keeping up with the training online. Definitely has some monster numbers in him. Looking to hopefully put up maybe 350.
And maybe even compete against some primetime lifters tonight.
Maybe, yeah. And Travis here in the all reflect as Kyle rounds out our openers with a 300-kilo opener as a junior in the 125s. Now, being back in the warm-up room, it's amazing. I mean, you think about the size of the male lifters in the 125 and 140 class. It's crazy.
If you think you've seen a large human being, then you have yet to come to a USAPL Raw Nationals meet
this is
to
insane.
see these lifters.
Travis here, all decked out in the blue. And will he blow up the blue?
Making that look easy.
My goodness, Travis, already on pace for something crazy, I bet, with that squat.
Now on to our second attempt on platform 3. Stanley's making a 12.5 kilo jump to his next squat.
Huge jump for huge lifters. John here taking 130 for his second attempt. Nice and controlled here. Very well done.
Stanley in an OG Titan singlet.
Now,
solid walkout.
Stanley in one of the more unique singlets I've seen so far. But
the solid
nice
squat. Very retro looking.
Very, yes. Joe here with 182.5 kilos, just over 400 pounds here for his second attempt. Taking a big jump as well.
And now on platform 3, we have Roberto taking a 10-kilo jump after missing his first attempt. So there must be some confidence there in hitting depth on his squat.
Roberto, now, based on nominated total, he's still up there with some of the other 125s in this race. Roberto, I believe, actually on Instagram going by D125kg. And
Now he sinks that and struggles on the
fights
way up,
through.
but fights through. And do the refs think he got the lift? He did get a good lift from all three refs.
Don't know how much more he might have in the tank there. As Andrew smokes his
Maybe
second.
like a 2.5, 5 kilo jump.
We'll see. You
But
never know.
You never know. These big lifters are capable of making really big jumps.
Very big jumps.
And Michael taking 287.5 kilos.
Ian here walking out to 250 kilos. 551 pounds as a junior for his second attempt. Oh, yeah.
Michael hitting his second attempt. 2 white lights.
Ian in the green and red singlet and sleeves from A7. Shout out to A7. Definitely behind some of the most colorful and aesthetically pleasing competition gear we've seen here.
It's a little bit of a Christmas theme going.
Oh,
Even though
yeah,
it's
exactly.
in hot Atlanta. Now we
Great
have
second
Jalen
there.
with 310 kilos. Big brace. Sinks
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and that moves like butter.
Solid second there for Jalen. Now, Jalen, I mean, honestly, looking at everyone competing in this flight on Platform 3, only a 30-kilo difference separating the lowest to highest nominated totals. So I haven't kept up with everyone's training, but on paper, 30 kilos isn't that much over
It is
3
not.
lifts.
And you can easily make up that 30-kilo difference
for
on
sure.
one lift or another
For sure.
if you're a specialist in any of the three. We have Jesse coming out with 315 kilos. We're slowly starting to creep up on a 700-pound squat.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Travis already setting the tone with a 700-pound opener, but everyone here responding back.
Right, and everyone here is capable of trying to,
Oh, yeah.
of hitting 700.
John getting ready for a 601 squat opener here. John, just like his headphones, looking absolutely wired in the back. Is he ready to conquer this 601 second? Huge second attempt here. Huge jump here, nearly 20 kilos.
We have Terrell, only 0.04 pounds away from 700. Basically 700 pounds on the bar.
Basically 700, yeah.
Solid walkout.
Oh, yeah.
Hits that. And what do the refs say? 2 white lights.
So far, very few missed attempts right now in both platforms as John, easy second attempt there. Wonder what they're going to load here for his third attempt.
And we have Andrew making a 15-kilo jump. I apologize, a 25-kilo jump from his opener to his second attempt. And his first attempt did look a little shaky, but maybe that's just how he squats.
Right.
Let's see it, Andrew. Moved just like his opener, so I guess that is how he squats.
Huge
He gets
jump though,
3
25
red lights
kilos.
as he did not hit depth.
Johnny looking to take 300, jumping from his opener, which means I'm sure he's confident he can smoke this second attempt as planned. And Johnny does.
We have Steven with 711 pounds on the bar, 322.5 kilos.
Steven Swain, ridiculous amount of weight on the bar right now. Keeping everybody on their toes as Kyle, currently the first nominated junior here, 317.5 kilos, 700-pound, second as a junior, looking to extend the gap. Both these lifters.
Steven controls the squat on the way down, hits depth,
Oh my
and
goodness.
explodes out of the hole.
Kyle doing the same. Talk about picturesque
Very
technique.
picturesque. In different ways too. You have the wide stance.
Wide stance, wide grip.
There's beauty in every type of technique that there
You
is.
see, but all of them hitting the same fundamentals of balancing. I mean, with that much weight on your back,
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah. We're on to thirds here on Flight C for platform 4. John putting in 140 keys. By the way, not a single missed second attempt on platform 4 so far.
On platform 3, we have Travis
Travis
taking 728
eyeing the bar down like a lion.
pounds. And with the fat head in the back, with the Squirtle glasses. For those of you who don't know, those
Oh, yeah.
glasses are iconic to the Pokemon Squirtle.
Oh, yeah. As John sinks his third and secures a great third there, most definitely, of 140.
Can Travis hit this? Grind.
Oh,
Good
wow.
grind up. What do the refs say? 3 white lights for Travis.
Now, that looked like a little bit of a tough fight there for Travis.
Let's see how much he adds to
Travis's
his
best
third
squat
attempt.
in competition is 317.5 kilos. Already beat that.
Right.
Let's see what he has
So
more.
he's on track to hitting something big.
As Joe prepares for 190 here on platform 4. Man, a 420-pound squat as a Masters 3 lifter is
That is amazing.
ridiculous.
And now we have Stanley
Oh, yeah.
making
And he
a
knows.
12.5 kilo jump to 290 kilos.
And Joe, thanks to judges here.
And Stanley going with a very narrow stance on squat. Sinks it. And sticks the tongue out. Feels good about his squat.
Now, I would keep an eye on Stanley because while he is mid-flight right now for squats, he does have the highest nominated total for that flight coming in with a whopping 325 deadlift opener in the books coming later on.
So this meet's not over until it's
This meet's
over.
definitely not
It's going
over.
to be a battle to the end.
Looking to secure some kilos here as Ian steps up for 255 on platform 4.
And Roberto taking a 17.5 kilo jump. So everyone's been taking pretty big
Pretty
jumps.
big jump. I'm sure Roberto here is doing this with confidence. Okay, he's right there trying to get every kilo he can to get in placement.
With a very controlled squat. Can he get it up?
Wow, let's go.
He is fighting, and he gets it up.
What a fight there. Oh, my
And
goodness.
3 white lights for Roberto.
And Roberto in the TSS singlet. I believe he trains at one of the TSS gyms in Texas. But that being mentioned, shout out to TSS for providing some of, if not the best competition equipment here. As
Ian grinds out. No, he cannot get his third attempt squat.
TSS is a proud sponsor of this weekend's event.
And we have Michael with 300 kilos on his back, 661 pounds. Hits depth,
Wow.
grinds it
Fights
up.
for
There was
it.
a little bit of a bobble. I wonder what the refs will say. And he gets 2 red lights for up and down motion on the way up on his squat. And we have a 20 kilo jump from Michael to Jalen. Jalen taking 320 kilos for his third attempt.
And Cameron here, I believe Cameron is going to time out his lift on platform 4.
Jalen with a strong walkout. Sinks it. Can he get it up? He is fighting, and he cannot get it up.
And Cameron, not timing out. My apologies, but Cameron is just doing this without knee sleeves. Talking about a 600-pound squat without sleeves.
And he hits that with ease.
And he shakes that out like, come on. Man,
we're seeing some spectacles right now.
Yeah. Jesse Upchurch on platform 3.
Platform 3 with 711 pounds on the bar.
Huge squat here. Jesse also up there in that race.
The American flag stalks in preparation for July 4th.
Oh, yeah. Jesse's best squat is 320. This is a 2.5 kilo meet PR for him.
So he's chipping it by 2.5.
As
sinks it, and can he get it? And no, he cannot.
Good catch by our spotters.
Shout out to the spotters and loaders too for keeping all of our athletes safe.
And John here with 287.5 kilos of his own. Third attempt on platform 4. Huge squat. 600. Low 600 pounds here for John. Oh yeah, John. Oh my goodness. Talk about perfect technique. Like no technical breakdown at all.
Right. Barely any caving in the knees.
No perfect squat there for him. Very well done. Taking a massive jump here.
A 10-kilo jump. Terrell is taking 327 and a half kilos.
Johnny taking 320 here. Johnny, I believe, trying to push for some ground and apply pressure on Kyle on platform 4. Mean mugging. Oh, yeah.
Terrell
oh, my goodness.
And squats that with authority. And that is a no lift. He did not hit depth.
And Johnny here, will he? Oh my goodness. And Johnny with a crazy squat there.
On platform 3, we have Andrew taking a 10-kilo jump from 320 to 330, although he failed his second attempt due to depth.
Johnny
what Andrew has.
Secured a 2.5 kilo meet PR there as Kyle walks out to 332.5. Heaviest squat of this fight. Should he hit this?
Andrew hits depth.
Oh yeah,
he's
amazing
it
work.
Through. Do the refs agree?
12.5 kilo PR.
2 red lights due to depth.
Kyle fighting for it. Oh, gets tipped over and unable to secure the meet PR there. And now opening it up for our other lifters in this session.
Travis moving up 7.5 kilos to his third attempt, 337.5 kilos. That is 744 pounds.
Oh my goodness. And I think very good selection there by his coach, the beltless hero himself. Let's see.
Travis squatting a little more than the weight of a Caribbean manatee right now.
Ridiculous.
Travis hyping himself up. No fat head in sight, however.
Bronson hits his opener of 165 as flight D starts.
Travis with a solid walkout.
Man, Travis here.
He sinks it. Can he get it? No, he cannot.
And that opens it up as Steven Swain is about to take 337.5 kilos.
15-kilo jump.
And his projected total right now is insane. Already 50 kilos over what he would have come in at should he hit his openers and his third here. Can he break the streak of misses?
Pressure on Travis.
Definitely.
Matching Travis's previous squat attempt. if
Can
hits
he
this.
end the thirds on a successful streak here? Troy starting out with 182.5 kilos on platform 4. Oh yeah,
Steven walking up to the platform
beltless
in a
too.
pretty good mood, it looks like.
But he makes some noise for Steven here.
Steven. With a slow walkout. Slow descent, sinks it.
Oh,
It comes up with the bar.
Goodness.
Swaggy Swain.
Swaggy Swain. As Matt,
3 white lights.
huge squat there for what might be an amazing day incoming.
That is 744 pounds that he just squatted.
Matt here with 200 kilos sinks it for his opener.
We're now going into Flight D on platform 3. Opening up our Masters division at the 140 kilo class, we have Robert with 180 kilos on the bar.
And, some of our nominated totals coming in for our prime time sessions for the 125s are
Robert with a fast opener of 180 kilos.
up there in the high 800s to 900 range. Maybe Steven will be able to apply pressure on those numbers. Malachi taking 225 here for his opener.
Up next, we have John taking 245 kilos for his opener.
Come on, Malachi. Easy 496 for him.
John taking 245 kilos or 540 pounds as a Master 1 lifter.
Man, what are they feeding these teens to be able to squat like above near 500, 600 pound squats at this point?
It's like a spring right there. That was a beautiful
Blink
squat.
and you will miss it.
And the refs give him 3 white lights for his opener.
Jason in the black and white fit. I appreciate the coordination here. Let's go. 140 kilo lifter here with 235. Easy opener.
We got Sean coming up on platform 3 with 255 kilos on the bar. 562 pounds.
As Callistus prepares for his opener on platform 4.
Sean walks out the bar. Sinks the bar, comes up very quickly. The ref's given 3 white lights.
Come on, Callistus.
Now Juan is a men's raw open lifter in the 140 plus weight class. And we see him opening up with 295 kilos. That is 650 pounds on the bar.
Oh my goodness.
And it looks like he's going high bar.
Oh
What do
yeah.
you think?
Oh yeah.
A very clean high bar squat from Juan.
And the one to look out for on platform 3 is Kyle Lockhart. I fear we may see a near 800 squat,
I think
if
so
not
too.
past that today.
And now we're back to our masters lifters. Samuel opening up with 300 kilos.
James here.
Samuel hyping up the crowd, putting on a show right now.
Oh yeah, wonderful.
Look at that
I
showmanship.
love to see it.
That
James,
gets me excited.
James getting 250 here. Man, Sammy in the
Black and red.
The bread colorway here, I really like it.
Big brace. Sinks it.
Oh yeah.
And a good squat. Oh no, he might have bobbed that for it. He may get an infraction for up and down at the top.
Is indeed.
2 red lights for the bob towards the close end of his squat.
And it's tough because at this weight,
when you have that much weight on the bar, you're going to have bar whip.
The bar will whip. However, TSS making some of the stiffest and most high quality power bars here, minimizing the amount of bar whip that our athletes will experience. Kevin.
And now we have Marlon in the 140 plus kilo class, opening with 728 pounds.
Kevin there smokes 260 for his opener as we head into our final squat.
He sinks that squat and makes that opener look easy. The refs give him 3 white lights. And to round out our first attempt squats, we have Kyle with 345 kilos on the bar in the open class.
Fong here taking 265 kilos for this.
Kyle has 761 pounds on the bar. Big brace, sinks it.
Oh,
Makes
man.
that look easy. 2 white lights from the refs, that is all you need. We're now going to our second attempt on platform 3.
Fong smokes his opener of 265 there. Very well done. On to seconds here for Flight D on platform 4, as well as platform 3 actually. Pretty synced up.
And right now, these are our 2 early projections. However, in the 140 plus class, we are seeing, if the numbers hold true currently with their second attempts, there's only a 2.5 kilo difference between first, second, and third place. So it's going to be a big battle between the 2.
To fight for that silver, for sure. Bronson here getting
and Robert
180.
smoking his second attempt at 190 kilos. 3 white lights for Robert.
Troy here walking out to 205. And referees there communicating about something, but looks like it's all right. Troy taking 205 here. Big jump.
John taking a 15 kilo jump to 260 kilos, 573 pounds on the bar. Sinks it, comes up very quickly. 3 white lights from the refs. Good lift for John. Sean coming up next with 270 kilos.
Matt here with 212.5 kilos for his second attempt in the juniors. Sunk like the Titanic.
Sean
Unlike the Titanic, comes back
also
up.
sinking his squat, but coming back afloat with 3 white lights.
Malachi retaking 225 here. Believed he missed it on a technicality for his opener.
And we have Samuel also retaking 300 kilos on platform 3.
And Malachi getting ready here.
Malachi, hopefully he doesn't bob the squat. And once again, it is hard to prevent that from happening, especially when the bar is whipping with all the weight that these guys have on their back.
Malachi looks like he hit step there.
Samuel sinking that and finishes the squat. What do the refs say? He gets 2 white lights. He has put a squat on the board.
Jeffrey here taking 235 for his second attempt. Beltless, knee sleeveless, no equipment, none needed.
And we have Juan taking 325 kilos. Sinks it and comes up very quickly.
Jason here taking 252.5 kilos.
And just for those of you at home watching, the spotters and loaders, just to put into perspective how much weight is on the bar, they have to use multiple people on one side to adjust the rack.
Insane. No lift there, unfortunately, for Jason.
Marlon with 335 kilos. A 5-kilo jump from his previous attempt.
Callistus.
And Marlon does not have the squat. I don't know what happened, but hopefully he's okay.
Callistus there taking 255 for his second attempt.
Kyle taking 362.5 kilos for his second attempt. We are closing in on someone doing an 800-pound squat.
My goodness, Callistus here.
Actually, this might be this is a 799-pound squat.
And
there's a very good chance we might see an 800.
That is very close to Kyle's all-time PR.
His all-time is 367.5 kilos, which is a little bit above 800 pounds. And he sinks 362.5. And he gets 2 red lights and only 1 white light due to depth. Now, do you think he's going to move up and break the 800-pound mark? Do you think it's smart?
I think he might. I think it depends on,
because the speed was The speed was there.
I think if he has it and he's confident that he might just go up and try to sink it more. James here taking 262.5.
And Robert with his third attempt of 200 kilos, 441 pounds. Robert with a big brace and a solid walkout. Sinks the squat. Comes up very quickly, and the refs say 3 white lights for Robert. Way to finish out his third attempt squats.
We are almost done here with second attempts on platform 4. Kevin walking out to 601 pounds. Big brace by Kevin. Sunk a little difficult, but Kevin in the all green. I appreciate the commitment a lot of our lifters have had here today.
Right.
To the full, like,
The full kit, the full colorway.
Kit. Yeah.
Being absolutely dripped out in style.
Is that what the kids these days are saying?
I think that's what they are saying. You know, I was lifting with one of my really young friends. I think he's like in college still. And they say all these weird words and this new vernacular that I never heard when I was younger.
Oh yeah, never, yes.
And they're teaching me the new slang. So I'm trying to practice using it so I can actually talk with him when I see him again.
Fong here with 280 on the bar.
John breaking the 600-pound mark for his third attempt.
Looks like Marion on platform 3 scratched his third attempt there. I hope he's all right. As Fong walks out 280.
John hit 600 pounds, and he smokes it. And the refs say 3 white lights for John. We have 285 kilos for Sean on the bar, 628 pounds.
Bronson here, 192.5 kilos for his third attempt.
Sean rocking the A7 belt, A7 lever.
Easy third there for Bronson. All whites. Sean here.
Sean sinks it and grinds it out. Can he get it?
Wow.
What do the refs say for Sean? Sean gets 3 white lights. What a fight on his third attempt. That is what we like to see.
Troy here taking 205 again. This time with a belt, I believe.
He's pulling out the secret weapon.
That's what I think.
And Samuel pointing to the sky.
Troy braces here. Will the belt help him? I think it does. I think it does.
And
See what the judges
Samuel with
say.
307.5
Good lift
kilos
for
on the
Troy.
bar. 678 pounds on the bar. And Samuel sinks it and hits that very easily. 3 white lights. I think if Samuel hit his first attempt, he definitely would have taken more for his third.
Definitely, yeah. I think the projection.
But that
there.
is a strategic decision to make.
Matt taking 215 for his third. Only 2.5 kilo jump here. I think it is within reach.
Juan with 340 pounds on the bar. 340 kilos on the bar, 750 pounds. Very easy unrack.
And Matt
Let's see, hit step.
fighting for 215 here.
With it.
That's a good lift for him as well.
Very easy third attempt. A little bit of a grind on the way up. 3 white lights for Juan. And Kyle making, is that a 15 kilo jump?
It is a 15 kilo jump there. As Kyle is about to attempt 377.5. I believe this has now,
This is
the
832 pounds.
I don't think I can imagine 832 pounds.
My total isn't even 832 pounds.
Malachi here with 250 on platform 4 for his third. But Kyle, just
Kyle confident that he can hit depth
now,
and hit 830.
this is a 10 kilo PR
pounds.
for Kyle as Malachi hits his third there.
I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Malachi gets a good lift there.
Kyle locking in.
Sinks
hits
it.
depth. And
Wow.
what do the refs say?
Wow.
3 white lights for Kyle.
And that is, I believe, the first 800-pound plus squat we've seen this weekend.
That is
That's
absolutely
insane.
wild.
And that is a 10 kilo meet PR as well for Kyle as Jeffrey walks out to 250 kilos here for his third. Man,
And now-
832 pounds on someone's back is ridiculous.
That is more than the weight of a full-size refrigerator.
He
Maybe
can move
the
the
weight
refrigerator.
of a forklift.
Maybe
Who
a
knows?
maybe he is the forklift.
He is the forklift.
Jeffrey there taking 250.
And now we'll be taking a 10-minute intermission on platform 3 before we take on bench press.
Jeffrey squatting mid 500 pounds without any equipment is also just amazing in its own right.
That is amazing. Experiencing no pain from that squat.
Oh man.
That is what the human body is capable of.
Jason running out to 257 here. Oh yeah, Jason locking in. Let's see how he does here. $257 on the bar. 567 pounds, 68 pounds. Sunk.
Sinks that.
Successful.
Comes up confidently. Did he hit depth?
Oh,
2
yeah.
white lights.
Let's go. James, we enter our last 3 squats of this platform as James is ending with 601 for his third attempt here. And looks like they're just adjusting the rack
A little
here.
bit of intervention from the ref. Adjusting the weight.
Once again, shout out to our spotters and loaders here. And changing the weight faster than I can blink pretty much.
James taking a 10 kilo jump from his second attempt. James is breaking the 600-pound mark on this squat attempt.
Gets the down command. Sinks it.
Sinks it and comes up strong.
The lift is good.
Lift is good for James. 2 white lights.
Into our last 2 squats for this platform. And this session. Kevin. 285 on the bar. 630-ish pounds. Oh, yeah. Let's see what he has here.
He
Sinks
sinks
it.
that and
Oh,
grinds
yeah.
it out. If I see that correctly, that rack height was at 18. Which goes
Again,
to show these guys
so
are
tall.
large human
Large.
beings.
Goliath-esque people out here. And, you know, lifting and moving weight at that size and height, that like adds another layer of difficulty too. So much to think about in terms of technique changes, and
The technique changes completely the larger you become.
definitely as Fong, Masters 1 lifter taking 290 keys, which I believe about 640 pounds.
639 to be exact.
Huge brace.
He sinks it
Oh,
and he cannot get it.
could not get it over it, but good catch by our spotters, and that is it for squats on platform 4. Thank you again to our spotters and loaders. We will be back in 10 minutes on this platform and about 6 on the other. We shall see you all shortly.
Get access to world-class coaching in real time from anywhere. Whether in a small group setting or one-on-one, our coaches are in your ear during your training sessions, watching every rep and correcting every mistake.
Welcome back. We are now starting our benches for platform 3. We have Andrew opening up with 172.5 kilos on the bar. Very fast press. And we might start seeing things shake up on bench press.
As Stanley here gets ready to take 402 for his opener. Very easy.
Three white lights for Stanley.
Travis here sending a heart out to the crowd.
Sending out some love. Let's give Travis some love over here.
182.5 kilos for his opener as well. Everyone sort of opening around the same range here for this flight. We'll see how that changes along as the sessions progress.
With a strong press to start for Travis. Into the 400-pound range.
It's a good lift there. It was a 1 red in the middle for Travis.
And Terrell coming out with 408 pounds. 408 pounds.
And we are 2 minutes away from platform 4.
Terrell with a slow descent. And a slow press. I'm interested to see what kind of jump he's going to make.
And we got an update that on the red light for Travis there was we're beating the press command. So that can help us segue into the different rules that we have here for the bench press. Eric, talk to me about what the rules on the bench press are and what the judges are looking for and why it's different than the squat and deadlift.
Yeah, so we can go into what the judges are looking for in the commands that there are. And so for the lifter, their feet and their butt and their upper back have to be in contact with the bench, feet in contact with the floor at all times. If the butt comes off the bench, that will be considered a no lift. And in terms of commands, after the lifter unracks the bar, they have to have their elbows completely locked out for them to get the start command from the head ref. And once the bar becomes motionless on their chest, they will get the press command, but it has to be motionless. Even a tiny bob, they will not get the press command. And after the press, once they lock out the bar, elbows fully locked out, they will get the rack command. And that would successfully complete the bench press.
It's definitely many rules to keep track of as we head into our heavier half of bench openers here on Flight C. 190 with 419 pounds for Jalen here.
The easy opener.
Very strong.
And we see many of these lifters put chalk on their upper back. And why would they do that?
Chalk, a lifter's best friend. I think you're using it a lot here to get grip on the pad, especially since a lot of lifters here really pushing hard with their legs on the carpet to form that arch. Now, Roberto here, fun fact about him, I believe he weighed in exactly at 125 kilos. So he must have been, I mean, I believe
He
trying to
took
cut
his
into the
macros
class.
seriously.
So
Very quick press by Roberto. 3 white lights. Jesse Upchurch up next with 195 kilos. 430 pounds.
$195 kilos here. And our lifts on platform 4 have started as well. Just waiting for the stream to catch up there, but Joe hit his opener on platform 4. We have John up next.
Quick press by Jesse. And so far, I think we see many of these lifters take self-unracks.
Right, I think, you know, getting an assisted lift off can help. It can help reduce the amount of energy that you're trying to put in and waste before you actually press the event. But a lot of them here also opting for a self lift off instead, rather, so they can control how the weight gets to them. Ultimately, a choice of preference, since as you saw, our last lifter, I
Swaggy
believe.
Swain with 207.5 kilos.
Oh yeah, this is a huge bench as well, and
This is
his deadlift also looks like it'll be pretty competitive too.
457 pounds on the bar and makes that move like butter.
Quite fast there. Ian, 160, smooth for his opener.
Andrew on platform 3, we're now on second attempts. He's making a 12.5 kilo jump to 185 kilos. And he's not getting that press command because it looks like his elbows are not completely locked out.
There, the center ref there
Now
letting
he's
him
gonna
know.
retake the unrack.
Andrew here taking 170.
Much better for Andrew. Gets the press command and cannot
Unable,
finish the
yeah.
lift. So a little bit of insight as to why he may have failed the second attempt. He was holding that bar for a pretty long time. And when you're trying to bench maximum weight, it's gonna tire out your triceps.
Oh yeah. John here taking 175 for his opener, pushing into the near 400-pound territory with 385 pounds here.
And Terrell taking 413 pounds for his second attempt, 187.5 kilos. Controlled descent. Fight, fight.
Very well done.
Slow on the ascent. 3 white lights for Terrell. It'll be interesting to see the next jump he makes. Will he make another 2.5 kilo jump? I think he might have maybe 5 kilos left in the tank.
Maybe.
But it was definitely a grind. Stanley with a 7.5 kilo jump to 190 kilos.
Cameron getting ready for 177.5.
Stanley with a soft touch. And can he get it up? No, he cannot.
391 pounds here for Cameron. Nice press
Very
there.
explosive. And now we have Travis up next on platform 3, taking a 10 kilo jump to 192.5 kilos. That is 424 pounds.
Johnny here walking out to 185 kilos for his opener. Johnny, had a very strong attempt at squat there. Couldn't quite get his last attempt here, but super strong bencher incoming.
And Travis with a solid second attempt. 3 white lights for Travis.
Travis looking to regain some total kilos on his total here. Johnny there gets a good lift, easy opener. Now this is a rather obvious rule here, but missing your opener on strength can be particularly risky, as in powerlifting you are not allowed to go down in weight between attempt selections. So have to either retake the same weight or go up or void the attempt altogether. So 185 here for Kyle, currently in the lead, not by much, but
We have Jalen up next on platform 3, about to take 195. He presses it, and it's a grind to the top. However, he locks out his elbows, and what do the refs say? 3 white lights for Jalen.
into seconds here on platform 4. 122 keys, 122 and a half kilos here.
And we have Michael on platform 3. 197 and a half kilos loaded on the bar. Soft touch, very quick press for his second attempt. We did see a 12 and a half kilo jump from his first to second attempt, so we might see another one of those big jumps for Michael.
Yeah. Joe here hits 122 and a half keys.
Jesse coming in with a 202 and a half kilo bench.
John here getting ready for 125.
Jesse with a quick second attempt. Looked good from the front, and the refs agree. And now we have Roberto taking a 15 kilo jump, the biggest jump we've seen so far in between the first and second attempt benches.
Easy second
Seems like
there
he's
for
trying
John.
to make up some ground on his total.
Roberto taking a 15 kilo jump to 205. My goodness.
There must be some confidence between him and his coach or handler.
Huge attempt here. Ian taking 165 for his second as well.
Roberto
Oh,
with a
wow.
strong press. And it made sense as to why he made that 15 kilo jump. Could we possibly see another big jump from Roberto? There's a good chance.
And that was actually I believe a near meet PR. He's only 2.5 kilos away from his meet PR, actually, for Roberto there.
His meet PR is 207 and a half kilos. And he definitely has more than that currently.
Andrew
got
getting ready for
Steven
402.
With 220 kilos, 485 pounds on the bar.
This is actually his current meet PR for Steven. Looking to
Can
match
he
it.
match it? With
Oh.
a very strong press.
Wonder what kind of jumps he's going to take from there. That was ridiculous.
We've seen some very fast second attempts from some of these lifters. And so far, between first and second attempts, we've seen 12 and a half kilo jump and a 15 kilo jump.
Yeah,
And
ridiculous.
it's possible that we might see big jumps like those again.
Andrew here with 182.5 kilos. And that's good for his second attempt there. 2 whites. 2 is all you need.
And we have Andrew retaking 185 kilos. He had a lockout issue earlier with his elbows before getting the start command, which may have affected his strength. He soft touches, and can he get it up? He got it up this time. Very good by Andrew. Way to come back. And Stanley decided to scratch his third attempt on bench, so hopefully he's okay. Terrell coming up with 190 kilos for his third attempt bench. £418.
And John here with 185. Good lift for him. Now, as Eric mentioned, Stanley missing out on some kilos
Terrell
there.
could not get the bar off his chest. Missing his third attempt. Jalen coming up next with 197.5 kilos. A 2.5 kilo jump from his previous attempt.
Cameron with 190 here for a second. Now, like Eric mentioned, a variety of techniques for the bench press. Cameron with the sink.
Jalen with 197.5 kilos on the bar. And typically with these heavier weight guys, typically we would see a wider grip. Possibly like a maxed out width grip.
But
on
many
bench.
of them opting for a closer grip too, as Jalen fights for 197.
You cannot get it.
Unable there to get that. Johnny here taking a 10 kilo jump to 195.
We have Travis taking a 7.5 kilo jump from his second to third attempt. And remember, his second attempt was very buttery smooth.
Smooth like butter, as BTS would say.
Smooth like a criminal, as Michael Jackson would say.
Travis here, 200 for his third bench here. Now Travis trying to make up some ground after missing that squat of his. However, I believe this is a meet PR, 5 kilo meet PR, big 441 for him as Kyle prepares for 195.
He has a solid unrack, self-unrack too.
What a
Good
touch.
soft touch.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Can't be
441
mad
has
at
been
that.
conquered.
Travis back in the game with that bench. Kyle also with the grindy but nice 195 there.
Michael up next with 205 kilos on the bar, also making a 7.5 kilo jump.
As Joe takes 127.5 to start off. Thirds here
What
for
a grind by Michael.
platform 4.
And what refs give him 3 red lights. There has seemed to be some downward movement on the way up. We have Jesse up next, taking a 5 kilo jump from his previous attempt.
And John taking 132.5 kilos here. Now. Looking at how the 125s here in the opens are shaping up as our subtotals are forming.
And Jesse grinding out the rep. He gets his right arm locked out. Ref's given 3 white lights. Good attempt by Jesse.
As third benches are starting to wrap up here. Still have another few 125 kilo lifters on the other platforms, but everyone's starting to settle in around the 800 to mid 800 kilo mark here. But Steven Swain, I mean, he has one more bench to go, and he is cutting a huge gap right now to get ahead of his competitors. Let's see how that pans out, as Ian is about to take 170 here for his third attempt bench.
We have Roberto up next on platform 3. 212.5 kilos. He's making a 7.5 kilo jump. So another big jump. What does he have in the tank?
Huge jump for Roberto.
And
Oh my
grind it out.
goodness.
He grinds that out.
Roberto also keeping up right here in the pack.
He is still in the game. Currently in subtotals, there is a 3-way tie between Terrell, Jalen, and Roberto.
Wow.
And so we'll see how it pans out on deadlifts.
John here taking 190.
And we got Steven coming up next, making a 17 kilo jump. 17.5 kilo jump.
Hey, it's crazy because you think about perspective across weight classes. These are weights that would be the squats.
Right.
Or deadlifts for many, many people across many weight classes in powerlifting. And to think that these lifters are holding that weight in their bare hands, essentially.
That's mind-boggling to me. But can Steven keep up his swag with his third attempt bench?
Oh,
And Swaggy
my
Swing does
goodness.
it again. Do the refs agree?
237.5
3 white lights.
kilos. He walks away like it's nothing. John.
Suave swing, swaggy swing. There's not enough adjectives to describe him
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
John here with 190 for his third. Smooth as well, but stuck. Losing balance there.
So we have rounded out third attempt benches. And now we're on to flight D for platform 3. And I just want to mention, Steven is 6 for 6 right now.
Yeah,
Steven is having a great day
on a roll as well.
with a very sizable lead after that third bench. So it honestly might be a fight for second place right now.
And what a privilege that is just to be able to say that. Andrew here with 192.5 kilos too.
We have Sean starting us off with 135 kilos. Makes him move easily.
Cameron, ready for 197.5 kilos.
Samuel with 150 kilos on the bar. And a solid press, a little bit sticky at the very top. Let's see what the refs say. One red light, so the lift is good for Samuel.
Also good there for Cameron. Johnny with a 200 kilo bench attempt here as well.
We have John coming in with 160 kilos on the bar.
Wow. Johnny right now on subtotal, very close to Kyle. Let's see how he does with this third attempt bench.
John with a strong opener on his bench press. Refs give him 3 white lights.
Here's some.
Robert on platform 3 with 165 kilos on the bar, 364 pounds.
Kyle here taking 202.5 kilos. See how he does here to cap out thirds for this fight.
Robert with
What
a very
a
wide grip.
fight by Kyle.
And a speedy first attempt by Robert.
And we move on.
2 white lights, all you need. Marlon coming out with 177.5 kilos on the bar.
Troy here opening with 127.5 kilos on flight D.
Very
Wow.
quick press by Marlon.
Troy here, 127.5 kilos. Troy also going 2 for 3 on squat, hoping maybe to go 3 for 3 on bench here. What a press. A little rough. Can he lock it out? Wonder if Troy will go up from that.
Got Juan with 180 on the bar. Wow. That was warm-up weight right there.
Yeah. And Bronson walks out to 132.5 kilos.
We have Kyle with 227.5 kilos on the bar. Just a reminder, this is the man that squatted 832 pounds on his 3rd attempt squat. Can he do the same on bench?
And Bronson, did Bronson hit a lat spread walking off the bench? If so,
If so,
that is quite respect, yeah.
And Kyle with a strong first attempt on his bench press. 227.5 kilos.
Very well done on these openers so far.
And that was our, I believe our first, no, this was our second 500-pound bench press of the day.
Huge, huge benches. Malachi is smoking 137.5 with ease, honestly.
We have Sean with 145 kilos loaded on the bar.
And Sean getting some support in the chat as we see.
320 pounds on the bar for Sean.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, strong press by Sean.
And Matt,
He could possibly
Matt
up another 10
in
kilos.
a
What kind of singlet is that one?
an international singlet.
AUT.
AUT, not too sure, but 145 here. AUT, let me.
We will figure this out for y'all.
I believe AUT does stand for Austria.
It does stand for
So
Austria.
representing his country there, maybe.
We got Samuel taking a 7.5 kilo jump.
And again, being this tall and large, man, that range of motion is ridiculous. I mean, taking the weight so much distance
We have
from the unrack to your
Samuel with a
chest.
soft touch and a strong press. The refs say 3 white lights for Samuel.
Easy press for Jeffrey. 150 there. Now, it's interesting to see because a lot of our lifters here are about 50-50 on using a belt versus not using a belt. And again, I think a matter of personal preference for sure. But, I mean, if you're benching like 400 pounds plus, I think it makes sense to use a belt too.
We have John with 170 kilos on the bar.
Jason taking 162.5 kilos for his opener. Pushing into the high threes here.
His arms are shaking and baking, but he bakes a perfect product of his second bench.
Very easy opener there. Now, in terms of attempt selection for an opener, The number is hard to determine, but I've heard people say the opener should be a weight you can hit right out of bed. So using that context, you're telling me these people, everyone competing on stage right now, could probably bench near 400 pounds or above.
Have you not been watching the stream? Clearly they can.
Clearly, yeah. 165 here for Fong.
And 172.5 kilos for Robert. 380 pounds on the bar. Soft touch. And he grinds out. Can he lock it out? Yes, he can. And the refs give him 2 white
Fong,
lights.
super controlled descent. Very well done there.
We have Marlon up next, taking a 7.5 kilo jump. He's got 408 pounds loaded on the bar.
And Kevin here. $180 for one of the heavier openers. Oh, wow.
And a strong press by Marlon. I wonder what kind of benches we could see if they switch up the order of squat and bench. If they benched first, what would happen?
You bring up a good point. I think we might be able to see a little bit more squeezed out, even though squat and bench don't interfere with each other directly. Still,
This is just a hypothetical, but
I would see at least like another 5 to 10 pounds on a lot of these, maybe.
Juan with 190 kilos on the bar, making it look like an opener.
182
He
and
might
a
take
half
another big jump for his third attempt.
for James here.
And as of now, there's about a 20 kilo difference between
James
Juan
here.
and Marlon. 15 kilos, so it's still a pretty tight race.
Easy opener there for James.
But Kyle does have a very sizable lead because of his squat. And now he's going for a 240 kilo bench. With a slow descent. And can he fight?
Come on.
Can he grind? Yes, he can. There may have been some
Uh,
up and no, he did not get the bench.
Catch it there. Now, Callistus here, this is insane. Callistus squatting 255, opening his bench with 235. His opening squat was 235. About to bench quite literally the same weight that was on his back.
He has arms for legs and legs for arms.
And he's also a Masters 2 lifter. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Wow. And we're
Talk
now
about 2 hydraulic presses for his arms, man. 235 kilos.
And we're now on to our third attempt benches on flight D. Sean with 150 kilos on the bar, 331 pounds.
Troy Williams here, 130 kilos.
We're starting to see the weights get pretty heavy and the lifter's arms start shaking. And Sean with a strong press.
Very well done for Sean there. Very solid performance. Troy
And
takes
so far, Sean is 6 for 6. He has 2 hat tricks. And
Two
if you
hat
don't know what a
tricks,
hat
yeah.
trick is, in soccer, when you score 3 goals, that is considered a hat trick.
It is 2 hat tricks for
So-
him.
In this context, Sean has two hat tricks. And can we see him continue that trend?
Troy here with 130 kilos.
Samuel the Showman coming out with 162.5 kilos on the bar. That is 358 pounds.
Malachi bumping it up 5 kilos to 142 and a half for his second.
Slow descent. And Samuel
I wonder if
getting
that
the
was up and
bench
down.
up, but was theirs up and down? We will find out. And no, there is not. There is up and down. 3 red lights.
Malachi here. Leave a good lift for him.
We have John coming out with 175 kilos on the bar.
Apologies on platform 4. Looks like Malachi has just come out. Easy second for Malachi. Very strong.
386 pounds for John. Can he hit his 3rd bench? If he hits this, he will also be 6 for 6 with 2 hat tricks.
Very good streak. Now we have Bronson coming out for 142. The confusion there on the weight.
Mr. Shake and Bake, can he get it? Come on, and no, he cannot. That is a no lift for John.
Bronson pressing it, gets it there.
Robert also with 175 kilos on the bar.
As a logistical fun fact, should 2 lifters have the exact same attempt in, the order is decided typically by their lot number, which is an assignment given for weighing in. And it really does help in moments like these where now we have Matt coming out to 152.5 kilos.
Robert with the self-unrack. Controlled descent. And can he lock it out? No, he cannot.
Very
A
solid
failed
attempt
third
there.
attempt by Robert.
And Matt hits 152.5 kilos with ease there for what a second should be. You know, not too easy, not too hard.
But there still should be some effort.
It's effort for sure, yeah. Maybe not quite roll out of bed effort. A little bit more.
But maybe you wake up in the morning and have a cup of coffee effort.
Cup of coffee effort, yes. Very well put, Eric. Jeffrey here, 162.5 kilos on platform 4.
We have Marlon with 190 kilos. Sinks and presses. And the refs say 3 white lights for Marlon.
And
Juan?
Jeffrey, easy
Very
second.
easy second attempt. We have Juan coming out with 200 kilos for his 3rd attempt. And should Juan hit this, he's about to build a sizable lead against Marlon, who are fighting for 2nd at the moment. And Juan hits 200 kilos very easily. 3 white lights for Juan.
And Jason with 170 kilos here for his 2nd attempt.
We have Kyle with 240 kilos on the bar, retaking 240 kilos.
Easy press there. Fong getting ready to walk out here for his 180 second attempt.
Kyle with a slow descent. Can he lock it out this time? And no, he cannot. That was a valiant effort by Kyle. But fell up just a little bit short. And that rounds out our 3rd attempt benches on flight or platform 3. And there will be a 10-minute intermission. So we will see you back again for our deadlifts.
Fong here going into our seconds. Almost done here with our seconds. 180 kilos. Just shy of 400.
Sinks.
Oh,
He cannot finish it through.
looks like he wasn't able to finish the lift there.
And there are some technical things when you think about the sink versus a soft touch. So when you have soft touch, you still have tension in your triceps, which helps with continuing the press. However, when you sink it, you lose a lot of the tension in your triceps and your chest.
Correct.
So essentially you're pressing it from a cold position.
Sort of trying to generate more momentum with that sink by letting your body provide a bit of that push. James here, 187.5 kilos, I believe about 413 pounds. Very, very slow and controlled descent.
And he grinds it out.
Pays off on the press. Kevin up next with 190 for his second. 10-kilo jump, nice and even. And Kevin here.
Controlled descent and a very quick ascent.
Very well done for Kevin, who is first for the juniors in the 140 plus category.
And Callista's making a 5-kilo jump from his first attempt, even though he failed it.
Right.
And got a no lift.
And Callistus deciding to go up here anyways from his opener, 240 kilos, 529 pounds. He pats the pad. Callistus here. This is a humongous bench here. Very soft touch.
And a strong press.
Oh,
making
man.
up for his first attempt. What do the refs say? 3 white
And
whites.
that's 3 whites there. I wonder what he has in store for his third.
Do you think he'll match his squat? I think a 33-pound jump is about too much.
I would say so. I think we'll see what he has in store there. We'll be happy to be proven wrong.
And
Troy
Fong
loads up.
scratched his third attempt.
Could be nominating not to waste any more energy there if he knows he's not in the best position to do so.
We got Troy with 132.5 kilos. Self-unrack. And it
Good
cannot
catch.
follow through. Good catch by the spotters and loaders, though.
Malachi here taking 150 kilos.
Malachi with 331 pounds on the bar. And a strong press.
Easy
wow.
press there, wow. Bronson here, 152.5 kilos. Let's see what he has. Super long range of motion.
And a good press.
Doesn't
strong press.
matter though.
Solid press.
Oh yeah.
What did the ref say?
Looks like it is a good lift.
3 white lights.
And Matt in the Austria singlet
Hyping
trying
up
to get the crowd into it. Yep. $157.5 kilos here combined.
Can he
Oh my
grind? And he
goodness.
gets it up.
Let's go. Oh man, can hear that scream from back here.
Wow.
There we go. As Jeffrey here gets ready to take 175 kilos.
Can he grind it?
Oh,
He
and
cannot
he's
follow
unable to
through.
push it. Unfortunately there. $175 here for the third attempt up for Jason Siciliano. And looking at some of our suggested placings here based on forecasted totals now that all platforms are done with bench. Looking like for the 125s as Jason gets a good lift there. Steven is projected to be way ahead of the pack, but Stefan Roundtree over on another platform on the other stream is kind of catching up. While we have Travis, Brandon, and Malik and Jude all sort of in the same area. They're fighting for the podium position there.
And we have James with 190 kilos on the bar. Slow descent. And he fights through. The refs give him 3 white lights.
Wait, hold
James
up. Go
going
back.
6 for 6.
Let's see. I see a 247.5 bench
By
attempt.
Callistus.
545 pounds. Some days I struggle to pick up 545 pounds.
That is very relatable.
Kevin here with 197.5 keys. Oh my goodness, come on.
Can he lock it out? Can he fight? Can he get? He cannot get past the sticking point.
Good effort there, regardless.
And Callistus with a huge bench coming up.
247.5 kilos. Let's see what he has in store.
And I believe this is a record attempt.
I believe it is. My goodness, as a Masters 2, phenomenal.
546 pounds
Let's
on the
all
bar
get behind
for
Callistus
a
here.
world record attempt. We can hear the crowd getting hyped.
Callistus.
Let's go, Callistus.
Building is dead silent right now.
The suspense building up.
As
And back on platform 3, we have our deadlifts starting up.
Oh
with our
my
first attempts.
goodness,
And can
Callistus.
Callistus grind it out.
Wow.
And the judges say 3 white lights. A new world record has been set in the Masters 2 division.
A way to end out.
546 pounds for Callistus.
And that will cap off bench in spectacular fashion for platform 4 as we head on to deadlifts on platform 3.
And we will start seeing placings really, really shake up.
With Roberto here with 275 on the bar. Very easy.
Very good deadlift by Roberto. Pulling conventional. We have Jesse up next with 290 kilos on the bar.
Jesse. So far, mainly conventional stance lifters.
And Jesse with the easy opener. And once you get to the heavier weight classes, you pretty much see most of them taking conventional as their primary stance versus sumo.
Most definitely. Mainly due to, getting into a sumo position. Might not be the most powerful.
And we have a Go Travis sign.
And you see that sign right there. Do the impossible.
See the invisible.
Go
I can't see Travis.
Travis.
Is Travis John Cena?
Well,
As
Travis
in
could also be a forklift
pop
because
culture, you cannot see John Cena. He's unseeable.
290 there for Travis.
We have Jalen up next with 295 kilos on the bar.
This would put him at an 800 kilo total should he hit this, which I believe he should.
Very easy opener.
Very, very strong. Terrell here with 295. $295 kilos for an opener. Some of these openers will get progressively more and more insane as we look ahead in the fight.
With the
Wow.
easy conventional opener.
Oh.
There was some up and down motion.
A little bit of a bobble at the top, but I think it should be all right.
It'll be all right. He'll definitely move up. As long as he can get that
I think so,
technical
too.
part of his lift fixed, he'll be okay.
I agree.
Now Steven opening up with 300 kilos. So far, he's had his swag turned on for the entire meet, but can he keep it turned on?
Steven Swain. I feel like he's going to have some very big jumps planned as well.
We shall see how his opener moves.
875 prediction here if he hits this.
With a
Oh
very
my
easy
goodness.
opener.
Wow. Andrew with 310 here for his deadlift opener. Andrew sort of hanging back after missing his second and third squat and, you know, not being the most competitive in bench, but, man, opening this big on deadlift definitely is a sign of many good things.
You never know.
You never know. You never actually know.
Andrew can always come back and make up a lot of ground. And we do have our first sumo puller. Wedges into the bar. And a very easy opener.
And maybe, I don't know if he let go of the bar. It's still a good lift.
But yes, you cannot let go of the bar until it hits the ground.
Correct.
Or else it'll be considered a no lift.
And with a deadlift, there is only one command the refs are going to give, which is the down command. That down command is dependent on your lockout, obviously. Stanley
Having a big opener on deadlift, also pulling sumo.
opening the gap here, 325, 700-pound plus opener. What?
Pulling hook like it's nothing.
Yeah, that was nonchalant. He sort
Very
of
nonchalant.
another day in the office.
Now we're going on to our second attempts.
With that pull that Stanley had, that pushes him into 797.5 predicted total. Now, he may not be able to inch into the first place spot here, but maybe crawl his way into the top 5 in podium. Roberto
with the TSS singlet.
Yeah.
On a side note, shout out to one of our sponsors, TSS, for providing all the equipment.
Definitely.
And another strong pull by Roberto. Staring down the crowd.
Honestly, very fast. Looks like it could have been opener quality there.
Yeah. We'll see what kind of jump he makes. We have Michael taking a 22.5 kilo jump.
Come on, Michael. Easy
Michael with
second.
an easy second attempt. Also looking like an opener.
Our lifters here perhaps looking to take an even bigger jump on the third. You know, big jumps on the
Do you think
deadlift.
we'll see these lifters take risky jumps for the third attempts?
Potentially. I don't know if there's going to be some attempt changing as well. With the third deadlift, you are allowed to change your attempt up to 2 times. In this case, maybe a strategic move based on how things pan
Jesse
out.
with a little clap. Moves like a second attempt.
And again, those third attempt deadlift cases can be pretty cool. I mean, you might see lifters put in a super high weight for the third, forcing competition to pull something that they maybe can't, just so they can bring it back down, or other way works around too.
Adding that psychological warfare.
Exactly. So shout out to our coaches here for also doing a good job with dealing with all the mental gymnastics as Andrew gets ready for 170 on platform 4 in 3 minutes.
Jalen pulls 310. A little bit slow past the knees, but it's still a good lift. And the refs also agree. Terrell Sizemore up next, making a 20 kilo jump. Before on his first attempt, he did bobble the weight and had some up and down movement. And let's see if he can clean up that technique on this attempt.
And Terrell.
Strong pull. Cleans up the technique. gracefully lowers the bar. 3 white lights by the judges. He's on the board for deadlifts. We have Steven up next, taking a 17.5 kilo jump.
Big 700-pound second for Steven.
He's on track to hitting a 900 kilo total.
For sure. I don't know what he's going to try to attempt for his third here. Smooth.
And a very smooth second attempt. He definitely has 7.5 more kilos to hit that 900 mark.
Yeah,
on his
for
total.
sure.
We have Travis up next, making a 30 kilo jump to 320 kilos.
Ridiculous.
Now, they said to do the invisible, but this man's about to put on a show.
He definitely is about to put on a show. Man, 30-kilo jump is... yeah.
They say to move in silence, but this isn't silence.
This isn't
This
silence.
is making a statement.
This is making a statement. 320 here, 705.
And a solid pull.
With that pull, Travis secures an 850-kilo total there.
What's his meet total before this meet?
He has 850 there, and I believe that is a total PR for Travis. Can confirm that is a humongous total PR for Travis.
A 10-kilo PR, meet PR.
And actually,
And already, I think, has he surpassed his total meet PR
he has. That
has.
is a
by more than 30 kilos?
that is humongous.
We have Andrew taking 335 kilos, a 25-kilo jump from his previous attempt. Trying to close the gap. A good wedge and a very strong pull. Now, did Andrew lock out his knees? It looked a little soft from the front, and we'll see what the judges say. He does get 2 white lights, so he does get that attempt. That is a good lift. And now Stanley with a 22.5-kilo jump for his second attempt.
347.5. We are pushing into the high sevens here. Andrew with 170, very fast opener. And 347.5 kilos. Believe 766 pounds. 766 pounds.
And if I am correct, that is the size, that is the weight of a full-size refrigerator that you guys have at home.
He's picking it up for you. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Talk about perfect attempt selection there. And he's making up a lot of ground with that pull, pushing him into an 820-kilo total. Currently 12th. However, from 12th up until 6th, there are only 15 kilos dividing.
He could potentially break his way into the top 10.
Easily still there as a possibility.
And
Joe
now we're on
gets
to our
ready.
third attempts on platform 3. In platform 4, we have just gotten started with our first deadlift attempts, with Joe having 200 kilos on the bar.
Michael Walker here taking 310 kilos, I believe. 310. He's missed his third on his squat. His third on his bench. Can he secure a third on his deadlift?
Michael getting the
Yes.
wow, that was an easy third attempt.
And Joe secures
Lift is
his
good
opener.
for Michael.
Congrats, Michael, for completing the day with an
7 for 9. which is
December
a
9, 795
very solid
total.
day.
Very solid day.
We have Roberto up next, making a 27.5-kilo jump.
Wow.
Pointing to the TSS singlet.
Roberto sending 700 here, while Johnny attempts 262.5 for his opener.
Johnny locking in. Roberto also locking in, pulls it.
Wow.
Can he lock it out? He holds on. And does a little
And he
dance.
hits the dance celebration.
And he
with the
does not get the lift. He celebrated a little bit too early.
Oh, no.
That is quite unfortunate. And it's because he dropped the bar before it hit the ground.
And unfortunately, a very avoidable mistake there. But I'm sure that PR counts in his heart. Just not on the
But
books.
it is going to sting a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And Jalen, can he get it past? No, he cannot get it past his knees. Jesse with 325 kilos, making a 25-kilo jump from his second attempt.
John here is
Just
taking
keep in mind,
270.
he made a 10-kilo jump from his first to second, and now making a 25-kilo jump from 300 to
It's possible.
325.
I believe Jesse here is trying to apply pressure on Travis, potentially trying to make sure he can pull in to third, maybe.
Right. He is projected.
Oh
to
my
be third.
goodness,
Can he get
Jesse.
it? No, he cannot.
Unfortunate there. Still 847 total on the days. Quite big.
We have Terrell up next, also taking 325 kilos.
Cameron Upchurch here.
If Terrell hits this,
275.
he will break into the top 5.
Now Cameron with the easy opener.
And can Terrell continue to avoid having that little bobble that he had on his first attempt? He did have a clean second attempt. Terrell gets it way off the ground and cannot get it past the knees. A very common sticking point when you're pulling conventional.
For sure. Starting to see that pattern here of, I believe, 4 missed thirds in a row. Can Travis be the one to break that streak right now in this fight?
Travis making only a 7.5-kilo jump from his previous attempt, so not the giant attempt that he made earlier.
Ian here, yeah, Ian, he has to be super tall. I mean, Ian, 295.
I bet he could give Thor a run for his money one day.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, if he can pick up 295, he can pick up Thor's hammer pretty much.
Oh, yeah. He's worthy.
He is worthy.
Ian is worthy.
Travis here. Let's see if Travis
with
close out the day.
327. And pulls. Gets it past the knees. Can he lock it out?
Very nice.
Very,
Holds
very
it.
nice.
Let's
And
see what the
holds it
judges
all
say.
the way through.
Oh, yeah. Mean muggin'.
We love to see it.
Huge day for Travis
He
there.
finishes with an 857.5 total.
Huge,
Going
huge day.
849.
Here's some Travis lore for you. That's a dots PR, 492 dots. Pretty sure his last competition was at a lower weight class, but man, still a dots PR just by going up.
That's insane. In the
Great
high
work.
400s. And we have Steven. Can he keep his swag turned on this third deadlift attempt?
Steven trying to pull into 900s here, 332 and a half. This would put him by some of the nominated totals for prime
Gets the weight
time.
off the ground. Can he
Pulls
lock it out?
Oh my
And
goodness.
gracefully lowers the bar. And Steven keeps his swag
Turn
on,
his
going
swag on.
949 for the day.
Huge day. And then John,
907.5 kilo total, which is a meet PR for him.
huge meet PR for Steven there.
By 40 kilos, I believe.
Oh yeah, humongous PR. Breaking the 500 dots range as Andrew gets ready for a 402 deadlift for his second attempt here. And Andrew, another Andrew on
Andrew.
platform 3, taking 347 as well.
347
Oh
and
my
a half
goodness.
kilos, a 12.5 kilo jump from his previous attempt.
820, and he would end up with an
And
827.5
he's made
kilo
up
total.
a ton of ground with his deadlift.
Can he
Or
crack?
at 7th. And if he pulls this, he will move up to 6th place. Gets it off the ground. Can he lock it out? He holds on.
Let's see, is it up and down
did
here?
He lock it out.
Oh,
And he gets 2 red lights.
I think it was that left side of the grip moving up and down.
Right.
Tough sell there.
And for our final deadlift of
Oh my
Flight
goodness.
C, we have 300.
Eric, quick
57
pounds check on that. What is the
pounds
what,
check. let me do the math. We have 788 pounds.
Oh my goodness. This is a pull of all pulls for an
He
830 total.
And he cannot break the weight off the floor, unfortunately.
Still, good try there. Still landing up with 822.5 kilos. Only 2.5 kilos between him and Jesse.
And now we're on to Flight D on platform 3.
Johnny here taking 280 for his second on platform 4. Gotta see what our juniors are up to in the 125s. Well done there for Johnny.
Robert opening up with 197.5 kilos. And Robert does not have his knee-high socks on, so he has to go back and put them on.
And that is a rule that many of our lifters have to be aware of.
That is, yes, it is very common for that to happen.
In the
They
heat of the
just
moment.
forget.
Yeah.
And so, if Robert can get his socks on in time, he may not time out.
John
But there
here
is a good possibility that it will happen.
with 290. Easy 290. And you know what? In this case, sometimes it's okay to time out. You can just take the opener behind in the warm-up room. Still
Right.
put your second in. Not the most ideal, obviously, but
Right. So you do want to be a little bit strategic on the second attempt. You don't want to go too crazy. And you do want to make sure that you lock in that second attempt
right.
so that you have something on the board.
Cameron with 297.5.
John with 242.5 on the bar. Very easy second attempt by Cameron.
Way too easy. As
And
Ian is ready for
John
310 kilos here. For his second attempt, huge jump. Ian
John finally comes out onto
walking
the
out to
platform
310.
with a wide conventional stance. Very
And
reminiscent
Ian-
of a strongman stance.
Mean mugging right
very-
now.
Easy first attempt.
Ian with this pull would get into a 730 kilo total. Slow off the floor. Can he get it
Can he
past
lock
his
it out?
knees?
No.
Maybe no. Maybe a technical misgroove there. Maybe just got out of position.
Over on platform 3, we have Sean with 250 kilos. Another strongman-esque setup. Very easy. And the refs give him 3 white lights.
Kyle here, currently our leader in the junior 125s. With a little, 315 looking a bit difficult there.
He may have dropped the bar.
Yeah,
early.
he dropped the bar. That might cost him. I don't know. We'll have to see if he has enough in the tank to retake that attempt there.
And Marlon with an easy 270 kilo opener.
Now John is in bomb out trouble. He has to hit this deadlift here or else his total will not count. 175 on the bar for John. Let's all get behind John here.
And Juan with 280 kilos loaded on the bar.
And John,
Very easy for Juan.
I think John's gonna Well, they may be cleaning the bar for him right now. A little bit
There's
of blood.
no timer going on for him, so
Little blood on the bar from Kyle's attempt.
Kyle with 282.5 kilos. And just for context, Kyle squatted 345 kilos for his opener, which is 60 kilos more than his first deadlift attempt. And a very fast opener by Kyle.
John here, ready to step out. Come on, John.
Come on, John. Come on.
Breaks
Lock
the
it out.
floor.
Very good. And will he get 3 white lights? And John gets 3 white lights.
Congrats, John.
And we can hear Samuel scream from the back as he gets ready to pull 287.5 kilos for his opener. Very strong pull. Three white lights for
Let's
Samuel.
go. Andrew here with 192.5. Very well done. And that, if he gets that as a good lift, hooray for Andrew. That is a triple hat trick, as Eric would like to say, as he secures a 9 for 9 day.
We have Robert coming up next on platform 3 with 212.5 kilos.
Joe here on platform 4.
This is Robert's second attempt.
Very well done here for Joe.
And a very, very quick pull by Robert.
And Johnny, we're getting ready for 290 for his third. Johnny, if he hits this, will take him into a 790 total. Extremely impressive. And I do not think that currently...
John taking 255 kilos for his second attempt.
This will secure him second.
And John with a very easy second attempt pull.
Johnny here, getting it past his knees. Can he lock it out? Unable to lock it out there. Thanks our judges here.
We have
As
Sean up next on platform 3 with 270 kilos on the bar.
Wrapping up our thirds here for flight C on platform 4 as John walks out to 305. He's taking huge jumps on his attempts so far. John looking to maybe pull ahead into the podium.
We have Sean with 270 kilos on the bar. And rolls it to his legs, strongman style. And locks it out.
Nice.
A very good second attempt by Sean.
John wedges in with that hook grip sumo. Oh my goodness. Huge pull
Sean
for
getting
the junior.
2 white lights, so that is all good.
Very well done there for John as he secures his 762.5 total. Let's see if that's enough to push him into third.
We have Marlon up next with 285 kilos on the bar.
Ian going for the revenge pull on 310. Come on, Ian. Let's see you secure this. No juice. Hopefully he's all right, not injured.
And Marlon smokes his second attempt.
And Cameron here taking 312.5 kilos. Huge jump actually from his second. Holding this will keep him in third place for that podium in the juniors.
And we have Kyle coming up next with 300 kilos on the bar.
Cameron, hopefully a good lift, and it is.
And Kyle locks that out. Which three white lights, which now secures him a 900 plus kilo total. A very, very sizable lead as he is in first.
Kyle Burnett reattempting 315 here. I believe he dropped it on the last
And we have
attempt.
Juan, 300 kilos.
Past his knees, can he lock it out with his hips and hold it?
And Juan gets 3 white lights. That second
I think he
attempt
did.
moved very well.
Kyle Burnett is your 125 junior champion with an 835 total.
And we have Samuel with the last second attempt deadlifts, taking 305 kilos. Setting up. Doing the iconic point. And he pulls
Wow.
and locks it out with certainty. 3 white lights for Samuel.
Jason here taking 195 for his opening attempt.
And we're now on our final deadlift attempt for Flight D. And our final attempts on platform 3 for the day until prime time.
Easy pull for Jason.
Robert taking 227.5 kilos for his third attempt.
The big
If he
501.
hits this, he will hit a 600 kilo total. And can he do it? And he hits that deadlift with ease, securing a 600 kilo total for the day. Good job,
Bronson
Robert.
pulls 205 with ease for his opener.
John Owen up next, 272.5 kilos, making a 17.5 kilo jump from his second
Oh,
attempt.
wow.
That is pretty big.
Malachi here, 210 for his opener, just a Team 3 lifter. Doesn't matter, super easy. Very well done.
And can John pick the weight up? He gets it past his knees, and he locks it out with ease.
Wow.
He definitely had more in the day, and the refs give him 3 white lights. John is happy. A little belly bump with his handler or coach. Let's go, John.
And Matt.
Sean up next with 282.5 kilos on the bar.
Matt smokes 225 kilos here for his opener. Sean here taking
Sean
282
getting
while
ready.
Troy gets ready for 230.
And Sean, strongman style, picks up the weight, and can he lock it out? He's almost there, and no, he cannot lock out the weight. That is a no lift. Nonetheless, Sean went 8 for 9 of the day, securing a 705 kilo total.
250 on the bar for James Russell, platform 4, as we head into the high 500 to 600 range for these openers.
We have Marlon with a 295 kilo third deadlift attempt. And
picks it up with ease. Moved like a second attempt there.
Let's go, James.
No, that is a no lift from Marlon. I guess he did not lock out the weight. Kyle up next with 315 kilos.
As we have Kevin coming up next with 250 again on platform 4.
And Kyle, if he hits this, he will have a 920 kilo total. And he locks it out. And we'll see what the refs say. And he gets 2 red lights for a little bit of hitching at the top of his deadlift. Nonetheless, Kyle finishes with a 905 kilo total in first place. So he is our 140 plus men's raw open champion. And Juan getting ready to pull 315 kilos.
Very well done by Callistus.
He grinds it out. Juan locks it out.
Wow. Huge, huge pull there by Juan.
And Juan
Jeffrey with
gets
275.
2 white lights, securing a 855 kilo total, getting second in his division. And for our final deadlift on platform 3 for this entire session, we have Samuel with 320 kilos on the bar. And we're hearing people make some noise for Samuel. Can the showman put on a show?
You hear the beat bump in the back. 275 for Jeffrey, easy, beltless.
And Samuel pulls and locks it out.
Let's go.
Samuel with 3 white lights. The showman Samuel Hadoukening the crowd. For those of you who don't know, Hadouken is a Street Fighter move.
A classic Street Fighter move. And that is all for platform 3 there. Thank you for those who tuned in to watch our lifters on platform 3. Platform 4 is still very much underway here as we're wrapping up our openers.
And now, platform 4 remains.
Okay, Fong, getting in the zone here. And our spotters and loaders here getting into it too. Oh yeah.
Great opener by Fong.
And Jason here moving on to our seconds with 210. And the music in the venue getting our crowd and spotters back into it. And now, fun fact again, only makes it more impressive. A lot of our spotters and loaders may have competed, may have handled as well this weekend. Many people wearing multiple hats. Jason with 210.
Pulls it with ease.
Amazing pull there. You know, as some of the younger kids might say,
What
give
do they
that
say nowadays?
10 big booms.
I do not know what that means.
Bronson here. Well, it was just such a these deadlifts are moving incredibly easy for their seconds right now as Bronson makes light work of 212.5, also taking very big jumps. Again, Bronson only in Team 2, still having a great day.
Malachi moving up 20 kilos for his second attempt.
Huge, huge jumps here. Let's go, Malachi.
Come on, Malachi.
Nice.
It makes it move.
Very well done from Malachi.
We have Matt coming up next, making a 12.5 kilo jump.
237.5 kilos in the bright red Austria singlet. A wider sumo here. Come on, Matt.
Come on, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
And he locks it out.
Very well done.
Two white lights. Very good.
Callistus with 260 here. 573 pounds.
As are Masters too.
I'm still recovering from Callistus' amazing bench press that we saw. Callistus looking like a very well-rounded lifter.
A total specialist, as you would call it.
For sure.
And a very solid pull. And one thing that I've seen
Easy
that not
work.
many lifters do is wear knee sleeves on their deadlift attempts, but that is allowed in powerlifting meets in the USAPL.
Now, let me see if this is right. Troy Williams taking a 32.5
32.5 kilo jump is
That is insane. Mismatched, red and black. Hand up to the sky. Let's see. Beltless. Come on. Let's go, Troy.
And can he lock it out? No, he cannot.
Let's see if he goes again for his third. I don't know if he will.
He did pull beltless, and we don't know if he has a belt or not in the back.
Yeah, maybe he will bring out the belt once again.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The secret weapon.
James here taking 265.
Well, I guess the weapon's not so secret because we know it's a belt.
What's up?
We don't know that it's not a secret anymore because we know it's a belt.
Oh, we do know it's a bio. James, 265 here, pushing closer and closer to that 600-pound mark, 585 pounds. As James prepares.
Very wide stance and a wide grip. Strongman style.
Breaks the knees.
Can he
good.
lock it out?
That's right. Very nice observation there. Like a strongman style deadlift, but he doesn't say. He says run it back. He knows he's about to go up and weight. Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin here taking 265. Huge pull from Kevin. Very well done. Jeffrey taking a 15-kilo jump to 290. $290 kilos.
And
beltless.
Wow. Very quick.
Man, crazy beltless pull too. I mean,
I couldn't do that beltless. My back would snap.
I couldn't do that, period. Fong.
Fong with 302.5 kilos on the bar.
302.5, showing some love to our spotting team, as he should. And 666, 666, the number of the beast. Let's go. Man.
And defeats the beast with ease.
Easily. Crazy strength for a Masters lifter, honestly. As we head into our third attempts here, Jason with 215 for his third attempt, taking a 5 kilo jump. See what he has. And 215.
We're finally
here.
on to our final deadlift attempts for the day on platform 4. Jason doing a little dance, getting loose.
Let's go, Jason.
Jason pulls that
Nice.
with relative ease.
And I
Strong
believe
lockout.
for Jason, a near perfect day there. Let's go. One
Going
missed
8
attempt
for
on
9,
the day.
getting a 647.5 kilo total.
Bronson taking 222.5 kilos, 490-ish pounds.
Strong pull. Can he lock it out?
Very well
Very
done.
good deadlift.
Very, very well done there. Malachi with 240, another 10 kilo jump here, sorry. Based on how 230 moved, I think he definitely does have that extra 10 kilos in him. Malachi hitting this will keep him in first place already. Let's go, Malachi. Huge pull here.
Can he get
Yup.
it? Yes, he breaks the floor, gets it past his knees, and can he lock? No.
And great
His
slips.
grip gave out.
And unfortunate miss there. However, Malachi will still be in first here, as Matt takes 242.5, only opting for the 5 kilo jump. Bar is ready for Matt.
242.5
Eyeing down the
kilos.
bar. Let's go, Matt. Come
Let's
on.
see it move.
Oh, yeah. Fast
Speedy off the
floor.
ground. Can he lock it out?
Looked good to me. Let's see if there was
And
any
he's
up or
happy,
down.
so he thinks he has it.
Oh,
And the refs
yeah.
agree. 2 white lights.
Amazing day for Mr. Austria there. Let's go. 6:15 on the day. Third place overall in his category. Troy missed 262 there. Now, is there a belt? Is there not a belt? That is the question. 272.
He is the belt.
And no belt on this attempt
Nope.
here. 272.5 kilos. Come on. Let's see
Let's
a
go,
Troy.
Troy.
Oh, yeah.
He is confident, though, making a 10 kilo jump.
I think he has it.
Can he get it past his knees this time?
Oh,
can
my-
he get? No, he
Oh.
cannot.
Good attempt there from Troy regardless. Still showing out on the day. Very impressive with his beltless lifts. Unable to conquer that one, unfortunately. Now,
And
James here,
James.
275 of his own. 606.
James getting ready for his pull. And he
Oh,
cannot
and unable to break past the
his
knees.
knees.
Still a great try overall.
We have Kevin up next with 280 kilos. Gets it past his knees. Can he lock it out? And yes, he does. And the refs give him 3 white lights for his third attempt.
Callistus here, taking 282.5 kilos, third heaviest deadlift here in these third attempts. Come on, Callistus. Hitting this would keep him in first. It's a massive jump from his second. Oh my goodness.
Can he lock it out?
Pushes through. Locks it out.
And what
Is
did the
that an
refs
up
say?
and down?
No.
Unfortunately, it is 2 reds there and 1 yellow.
Four, he
2
did.
reds for soft lockout and a yellow for the up and down. Jeffrey with 305. 672 pounds ready for him. Come on, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, 305.
Gets it past
Hits
the knees.
pull.
Can he lock it out?
Oh my goodness. Locks it out.
There might have been a little bit of ramping or hitching.
Ramping or a soft lockout there.
But
Doesn't
he gets
matter.
it. He gets 2 white lights.
Good lift. A beltless and handled by one of Georgia's own.
Tate Hansard.
Yes, sir. Amazing job out there.
And Fong finishing out the day with 320 kilos on the bar.
705 pound deadlift for a Masters 1 lifter here. Showing appreciation one last time. Need everyone to show some energy here. Huge, huge pull for a projected 765 total. Can he hit this? Come on, Fong.
Let's see it. He breaks off the floor, gets it past his knees. Can he
my
lock it out?
Goodness.
And no, he cannot. That was a great effort by Fong, however.
Great effort by Fong. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this session on Platforms 3 and 4. Thank you so much for attending and listening to the live stream. Huge shout out to all our sponsors and our staff here for helping this event run as smoothly as possible. And finally, a great thank you goes to Barbell Productions for hosting this live stream. And if you are interested in getting your media packages from this weekend, please shout out and reach out to Barbell Productions. I'm Yuvri, and I've had a great time commentating.
And I'm Eric, and I also had a great time commentating. And if you are interested in prime time, that starts at 5 p.m. So you can join us at 5 p.m. on the USAPL YouTube page.
Otherwise, we shall see you soon.
We are out.
Get access to world-class coaching in real time from anywhere. Whether in a small group setting or one-on-one, our coaches are in your ear during your training sessions, watching every rep and correcting every mistake.